So it turns out I was wrong. For years, I was getting on Super Bowl Sunday and posting that it has a higher rate of domestic violence than most other days of the year. But now I'm learning something a little bit different. That while Super Bowl Sunday had been referred to as a day of dread for women, it actually started in about 1993. But before we get to that, what were some of the reasons that we thought that it was such a day of high violence? Well, there was the watching of violence, if you're talking about football. There was possible drinking, gambling involved, and just watching your team lose. Those were things that were said to have been contributors. But from what I've been seeing recently, there's really not a whole lot of evidence to support that Super Bowl Sunday is that much more traumatic of a day where domestic abuse is concerned. But we can look at like holidays, you can look at weather, you can look at media influence, you can look at just the current state of your relationship. Those would probably be more reasonable reasons to suspect that this could happen. And it doesn't excuse anybody's behavior, but we do have to acknowledge that it exists and then get to the root cause as to why. So in 1993, there was a media watchdog group called Fairness and Accuracy Reporting. And they published a report entitled Domestic Violence, a Wake-Up Call. Something to that effect, to paraphrase. A wake-up call on domestic violence, excuse me. But in this report, they had noted that NBC, the year prior for the Super Bowl, had put out an ad basically warning about the dangers of domestic violence in the home on Super Bowl Sunday. Meanwhile, you have outlets like the Washington Post that have been trying to debunk this myth. But thanks to people like yours truly, they are having a hard time debunking this myth. But here we are. So we live and we learn. And from what I understand, the NFL does donate and tries to raise awareness when it comes to this. Although some of their players have given the stigma of terrible name. But I think this has been their awakening. So it's a good thing. And this is not just subjective to men abusing women. Men have been reported to have been the victims of domestic violence as well. And a victim is a victim. I don't care if it's 1% of the population or 99%. A victim is a victim is a victim. Injustice anywhere is injustice everywhere. The point is, if any aspect of your life causes you to want to inflict violence onto someone else, you need help. And violence can be emotional and verbal as well. So enjoy the game, but more importantly, enjoy your life. Peace, love, unity, solidarity.